The World Snooker Tour returns for the World Open next week. Here's your preview for the tournament ahead. We'll talk through tournament details, the reigning champion, the race for the Tour Championship, and who I think is going to take the trophy. This is the final Chinese event of the season and the third to last ranking event. The event is hosted in the Yushan Sports Centre in Yushan, China, and will run between the 18th and the 24th of March and will be shown live on Eurosport for European and UK audiences. You have to look back to 2019 to find the previous edition of the tournament, which Judd Trump won after beating Tepchaionu 10-5 in the final. The prize for the winner of the tournament this time round is a whopping £170,000, which is 20k more than the top prize last time. The qualifying matches were held in Barnsley with the exception of Brissell, Trump, Ding, Zhang Anda and 6 local Chinese wildcards whose qualifying matches were held over to the main arena. Notable players like Wilson, Onu, Lisowski, Bingham, O'Connor and McGill all faced early exits in the qualifiers, so weren't on a plane to China this week. The seeding for the Tour Championship, which is the final Players Series event of the season, cuts off at the end of this week, which means Yushan has a real potential to change things round. Trump, Ronnie, Zhang, Allen, Wilson and Williams are all safely in the top 12 on the one-year list, so will definitely feature in Manchester Central next month. Ding, Hawkins, Ford, Carter, Selby and Higgins all currently occupy spots in the top 12 on the one-year list. However, they'll be looking over their shoulders because their positions are not safe. If any of these players drop out in the first 2 rounds, chances are they're not going to be appearing in the Tour Championship. Neil Robertson, who has shown signs of improvement recently, obviously not back to his formidable best, has a lot riding on this tournament in Yushan. Failure to win the World Open will mean the Thunder from Down Under will have to qualify for the Crucible this year, a scenario few people would have anticipated at the start of the season. The usual suspects will of course be eyeing up the trophy with the likes of Ronnie, Trump and Allen. However, a couple of players kicking at the heels for me are Zhang Anda and Ali Carter, who I think have a great chance this week. I would also never write Higgins off. His season hasn't been fantastic and he's obviously not won any silverware yet, but he's still consistently made it to quarterfinals and semi-finals of tournaments. So he doesn't really have to go that much further to win a competition. He's been there, done it before, he's more than capable. Going off the form of the season, obviously nobody will be backing the player that I'm going for, but I reckon this is Luca Brissell's time. I think he's been building up and showing in flashes that he's obviously hitting that form that saw him win the World Championship. He just needs to pull off consistency over a big event like this, and I think this would lead him in great spirit going into the World Championship. He's focusing on the game, he's practicing again, and he mentioned in one of his interviews that he feels miles better because he's lost some weight as well. This has helped him regain his confidence, and now the sky's the limit for the world champion, who is more than capable of turning up and winning any event if he fancies it. Moving on to matches that I think are worth watching, here are the ones that I'll be keeping an eye on. Chow Yu-Peng has pulled off some big wins this season, especially in the World Grand Prix, and he comes up against Scottish Open finalist Noppon Sankam, and I think this one is guaranteed to be fire. Stephen Maguire is up against Pan Jung-ju, and these two, there's not much that can separate them in the rankings, so I think this is going to be a really fascinating match. 31 and 32 ranked David Gilbert and Fan Zhengyi were meant to face off against each other, but David Gilbert has now pulled out of the tournament. I hope everything is okay. That was my other match to watch, but obviously Fan Zhengyi now has a bye to the next round. And a quick one for the top players, I don't envisage any problems in these matches for the big boys. Ronnie O'Sullivan faces Michael White. Judd Trump comes up against Rory 4. Mark Allen comes up against Daniel Wells. Mark Selby is up against Adam Duffy. Zhang Anda is up against Alan Taylor. And John Higgins is one of the ones with a tough match against Jackson Page. Mark Williams withdrew from the tournament before qualifying, so does not appear in Yushan. What first round matches are you looking forward to the most, and who are you backing to take the tournament? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like and follow for daily snooker roundups and news. Thanks for watching.